Hi. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another podcast episode from Complete Sports Media. I'm your host, Darren Campbell. Well, another great weekend has come and gone. It was Father's Day yesterday, and they had a really fantastic PGA tournament that took place in Hilton Head, South Carolina. It's called the RBC Heritage Tournament, and it was fun. It was really exciting. I couldn't believe all the players that had an opportunity to win this tournament. And being on Father's Day, they have a lot of really great touching moments, guys talking about their dads and discussing their kids, and many aspects of that is a really touching part of the tournament. Usually it is the U.S. Open that takes place on Father's Day, and it's a tradition for many fathers and sons to get together and watch the golf and play golf. And so, it was fun. It was really fun. And Webb Simpson took the victory. He's a father of 5, so his family will be celebrating mightily, and he'll probably get a lot of great gifts from his kids, and they'll be very proud of their dad. Yeah, I'm really excited today to bring back Casey O'Donnell. He's going to be able to break down this tournament for us, and it's always really great to have an expert, somebody with a lot of knowledge, to break down the PGA tournaments with me. I've got Casey on the line here, and I'm just going to patch him in. Just bear with me for a second here. Okay, so I think I've got Casey on the line. Casey O'Donnell, our PGA expert here, breaking down this. Thanks for joining us today, Casey.
Excellent, Darren. Thanks for having me.
How was your Father's Day weekend?
It was excellent, man. Real good weather, some golf, and yeah, it was beautiful.
Nice. Well, we had this fantastic tournament, the RBC Heritage. It was in Hilton Head, South Carolina, as I mentioned a little earlier to everybody. It's usually the U.S. Open that takes place on Father's Day, so usually a lot of tributes to fathers and sons, and a lot of the golfers talk about their dads and talk about their kids, and it's a lot of touching moments, a lot of great stories. And I think the greatest thing was that a father of 5, a guy that just lost his father 3 years ago, was able to win this tournament. It was pretty touching seeing Webb Simpson pull off the victory. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like most people got in the game through their fathers. Either like I got into it with the old set of clubs in the garage and just started hacking around. And I think a lot of people have that connection to golf, so it makes it a very special weekend for sure.
Yeah. Golf's really special because you can play it from a very young age to a very old age, and you see guys out there all the time. Like you say, most of us were introduced to the game by our fathers, and we grow to love it. When we get a chance to golf with our fathers, it's always really special. You look back on a lot of really good moments. I was able to play with my dad this weekend, and it was really fun. It was great
Nice.
To get out there, and I really enjoyed it. So very nice to watch this tournament. As I said, Webb Simpson had the victory, but there was at least a good dozen or so guys that had a chance. Just everybody was firing birdies and eagles and really getting under par, so deep under par. Wow, it was an exciting finish.
Yeah, it was crazy with that rain delay too. You put on a lot of that. The strange dynamic too. Like everyone's fired right up, everyone's right in the hunt, and then you have to sit there for 2.5 hours. That can like suck some of the moisture out or the momentum out of it. So it was interesting to see how they came back, and 22 under winning it. That was good. That was a good firing score there for sure.
Yeah, well, that set a record. That was the best score ever in that tournament. Some of the guys that were really had a chance were Tyrrell Hatton. He had a couple of poor shots a little earlier. He had a tree and ended up in the sand, got a bogey on 13, and then 15 he got another. I think he's got another bogey or had a poor shot there and wasn't able to capitalize. Abraham Answer had multiple opportunities. I can't believe how many putts he just burned at the edge or just left a little bit short. Wow, did he ever
rolling it very good.
Yeah,
amazing.
So many chances. Yeah. What stood out to you the most?
Well, I like Berger. Berger played very well coming down. He had a very good weekend, good finish. I really liked Koepka. He was really rolling that good, and he missed a couple short ones there, and he really could have posted a number like right there. He was really firing it good. Garcia had
Sergio. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see him. He had a nice little weekend. So it's like 265s and
When the coverage started, they talked a lot about Dylan Fratelli. He started really early and posted a 62, his career low round, and that pushed the lead to 17 under. He had a 2-shot lead for everybody else who hadn't started for the day. Then Justin Thomas was going too. He had some momentum, and it looked like he could
Absolutely
shoot a 62, 61 even maybe, and he was up there really, really great. So a lot of guys, I think, noticed that and saw, okay, they're posting some low numbers. Why can't I?
Yeah, and that course was playing nice too. Like the greens were rolling nice. It was soft, receptive. You don't have to bomb it out there too long on that course. So a lot of players were taking advantage of that.
Yeah, when they had a weather delay, I think it softens it up, like you say, and then guys don't have to worry about hitting it onto the green and then it rolling off for them or bouncing off. They have a chance to just fire right at the pin. It's going to stick there, and then they got a really short birdie putt or eagle putts. And yeah, so wow, I couldn't believe the scores. They were just getting lower and lower. Earlier in the day, they were saying, maybe 19 under, maybe 20 will, win it all. But 22 under was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, they're excited when he posted 17 under there. Like, that's not going to hold up against. They got 8 holes left to play or whatever it was at that point. Like,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Some of the other guys that stood out for me were Hatton, Answer. Yeah, fantastic. Joaquin Neiman was a good guy. You just said his name too. Yeah. Tell me about your.
Yeah, he's a nice young player. He was rolling it really well. He was knocking in a lot of putts. He looked really good. He looked focused out there. He didn't seem too deterred by being right up in that lead there. He gave it his all for sure, and right there.
Yeah,
he's bounced one way or another.
True. Yeah, he's got one victory on the tour and getting close. 21 years old. Really got a great, bright future in golf and looking fantastic. Being able to handle the pressure, and I couldn't believe some of the great shots that he pulled off.
Yeah, and just looked so calm and relaxed out there. It was nice to see. Like, usually young players can get a little jittery, but he was pretty fearless out there. And, Corey Connors, I thought he would have played better Sunday, but he was right there until Sunday. So yeah, early bogey. I think he bogeyed one, and then just kind of didn't quite get it going.
Yeah, I guess that's 2 weekends in a row that he didn't finish the tournament off well, but he really posted some low scores earlier in the round, both last week and this week. Being able to shoot 14 under is still pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, and I would have won it some years for sure. Like, you don't know that they're going to shoot 22 under. You don't know what the conditions are, who's going to shoot what. So any other year, that's a pretty good score, but you're going to finish 8 strokes back this year. Yeah, he had a rough go last weekend too, but he was right there. He hits the ball so good. I think he's third in PGA and Tours greens and regulation. Wow. 70 some odd %. Like, he's right. He hits the ball very consistent, very accurate.
Yeah. You've told us a couple weeks in a row to look out for him, and
he was 90 to 1 at the start of the year, or the start of the week.
Wow. So you put a little money on him, I guess.
I had a little bit riding on him. Yeah, he had to finish 6th to win any money, but he was right there.
Nice.
I was close on a few. I was just a couple shots out. Like, just tie 8th was 2 shots off, so he needed a tie 6 for any of the bets to pay out. But it was right there. Had a 7 of 8 on a parlay. Wow. So that was close too. That's 7 correct. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't still pay, but
that's great. 7
that's
of 8.
gambling for you. Get all around it. And,
yeah. I think they love when people do 8 parlay though. It's
it's a crazy one.
Yeah. Usually one's just gonna fail. Yeah. But
exactly. Yeah. The one sure one you may have is it's gonna go for a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, you're joining us on your sailboat. I didn't mention your sailboat last time. New sailboat. Tell us a little bit about it. That's great.
I'm trying to for you, venture, man. I've never sailed, so I thought, why not try something new? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice layout, and the gentleman I bought it from, he's a veteran of sailing for many years, so he's gonna show me a few of the ropes, and should be really good.
Nice. It's nice that he doesn't just sell it to you and say, good luck. Yeah. You're on your own.
Exactly.
It's nice.
Yeah. So he's been very nice, but excited about it.
Excellent. Yeah. So, a few of the other things that stood out for me for the tournament was Nick Watney testing positive
Oh,
for coronavirus.
yeah,
That was pretty shocking
that
for
was.
everybody, especially after he had played around already, and all of a sudden, they had to
Yeah.
test the guys in his group again, and everybody was a little bit concerned. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, from what I heard and what I saw was that there's a lot of people, like the states, they aren't respecting maybe the social distancing as much as other places, and I guess the city was just packed full of people. The beaches are packed, so you're gonna expose yourself to a lot more, whether just even be on the surface. So it was shocking, yes, that a PGA player is going to get it, but
Yeah.
it happens, and
Yeah.
it's
Well,
lucky that no one else got it. Like, it could have really spread around, and if you don't know, you don't know sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. If you're not showing any symptoms until all of a sudden, you feel sick, and then all of a sudden, boom, they say you have it. That's got to be a big shock to you and to everybody that was around you. All of a sudden, and yeah. But I'm glad. It was the one person. I think a lot of these professional sports that's trying to start back up again, and PGA Tours, this is just their second tournament. I think a lot of them were aware that there was going to be some positive
Oh,
tests,
for sure.
and I think they realized that it just can't be contained 100%. So I'm glad that it wasn't just a quick like, oh, let's cancel the tournament.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been devastating news and terrible for everybody. So if as usual, somebody that's pretty healthy, they can recover from this,
Right.
and I don't think he's got too much to worry about. He's a healthy guy, and should be able to
for sure.
make it through, and onwards and upwards. I guess having to be away from everything for a couple of weeks, and then see how he is. We'll get an update on him further.
For sure. Yeah, he's it's interesting though. Like golf, you're not too close to too many people, so you can really isolate it that way too. So it's kind of like the bonus that you have. Like, they're maybe doing the fist bump, maybe that'd be as close as you're gonna get. So
yeah,
that's gonna help the spread.
Yeah, well, when you and I golfed a couple of weeks back, we've talked about that. Golf seems to be one of the sports that you can get the most social distancing.
Oh,
You
for
have
sure.
the ability to be away from guys, so the contact is quite minimal and should always be.
Yeah.
Another guy that stood out for me for the tournament was Bernhard Longer, 62 years old, and still being able to make a cut. He shot an 8 under for the tournament. Really had a great showing. Man, that guy's a talented golfer. Even
Ernie Els
into
was
his 60s.
He played some decent golf too.
Yeah,
some of the old timers giving her a good go. Bernhard Longer is he's such a steady player. He's like a surgeon out there.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I see that Berger's had 32 consecutive rounds in the 60s now, 32. So he is on fire. He is just absolutely incredible.
63, 65 on the weekend. That was pretty nice.
Yeah. And being able to win last week and still be right up there, finished third this past weekend. And, his golf can't be any better. Tyrrell Hatton was had won his last tournament that he had competed in. And he really had a great chance to pull this off for victory.
Oh, absolutely.
So that 3 months off didn't seem to affect his golf very much.
Such a strange game. You never know what it's going to affect. Players that play all the time, then all of a sudden it doesn't click, or they have it, and it go either way quite quickly.
I know.
I thought Matt Kuchar would have played a lot better. He had a 70, 66, 70, 67, 70. Like the weekend, he just didn't have it going, but he usually plays pretty well there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful course. Very impressive, amazing course. And one thing that stood out for me is I've never seen so many carts on a golf course. It was pretty funny. Yeah, there was just carts everywhere, and there was a few times golfers had to say, "Hey, stop the cart! I'm shooting here. What are you doing?" It's never that many around the golf course. It's just too many fans. So there was a few claps and a few cheers from some people that live on the course. That's a kind of a neat element that, all of a sudden, hey, this is paying off. I'm getting to be sitting right on my backyard watching it. I can be heard cheering on the TV. It's a pretty fun element.
Yeah. There's some good crowds in some of those backyards you can see.
I know. Yeah, so Webb Simpson, he's been able to get up to number 3 on the money list, number 5 world ranking, and 5th on the FedEx Cup list. So, wow, super
Yeah.
impressive golf, and he's right up there with some of the top players in the world. If he can keep at it, but yeah, he's in next week's tournament. Him and Rory McIlroy are really, I think, getting close to competing for that number 1 world golf ranking.
Yeah.
It's pretty fantastic how much of a role he's been on.
Might light a fire under Rory right now if he sees someone coming up to him. He played pretty decent, but yeah, he just doesn't quite have it all together for sure.
Yeah.
Might see a little more focus.
Golf's such a tough game. It's just amazing how you can be up one week and down the next. It's so hard to be consistent, so hard to just play up to the top all the time. I don't know why that is. It's just it seems to be one of the hardest games to be always playing at your best.
Yeah, it's a mental game for sure.
Tell me about Koepka and DJ. That was a fun pairing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, they're good buddies. They work out all the time, and good to see them out there just kind of joking around and playing a little more relaxed of a round. And yeah, Koepka played really well, but just burned a couple edges, and he could have been right there.
Yeah.
DJ was hitting the ball good too. He never really quite had it going though, but he definitely that course is probably not suited the best for him anyways, with his length.
Right. Yeah, incredibly small greens there on that course. Yeah, I was shocked at how tiny they were. It was having to throw darts, and luckily the conditions were good for it. But
yeah, that got firm and fast. That would have been a real treat to watch for sure.
Yeah. When they're small like that, if they're like I say, firm and fast, just you're sailing them over. There's no way of keeping them on there, but. Yeah, it was great. I love it when you're seeing birdie after birdie and eagles and really great opportunities. I don't like tournaments when the winning score is like 2 under, 5 under or something like that. I'd rather see it get to 19, 20, 22 under like that. That was amazing. It was really fun.
The greens were in perfect condition. They were just rolling so smoothly that yes, you're going to see a lot of putts go in. Everyone was reading them very well.
Yeah. So I'm really, really impressed. 2 weeks in with the PGA coming back. I think, they've done a solid job. The coverage has been great. Missing fans, definitely missing fans. It's nice to hear huge roars and big cheers when guys, make amazing shots. Koepka got 2 eagles on the front, and, there was barely a whisper.
Yeah. They're maybe getting a little more used to that after last week. Last week seemed a little more like they were a little more shocked when they would make a putt and hear nothing. I think there may have been a bit more crowd noise with all the houses being so close there at Harbour Town, but
a lot of boats out in the water too. That must be a pretty amazing vantage point.
Oh, it's got to be sweet out there.
Yeah, maybe you should take a sailboat out there for next year's tournament.
Yeah, come down. We'll go for a rip.
Yeah. Do one of these calls from there, and you can point the camera out at the tournament, show 18 behind you.
Fumble it into the water.
Be great.
A little underwater action.
Yeah, that's a beautiful course. Can't wait to go there. I've been in a lot of areas around there, but never had a chance to hit that course, and I hope I can.
Yeah, but I've drove through the area before, never actually stopped there. But yeah, it's that whole coast there, South Carolina is beautiful.
Yeah, I mentioned Webb Simpson, father of 5. Heard a good story about Webb just the other day playing golf. My dad had played with a guy that played high school golf with Webb, and he said Webb had really been showing a lot of great talent at a really young age, and they were on the same high school team. And he said Webb got recruited to Wake Forest and decided to take that and go off to college. And this guy got recruited for a junior college team and went there, and he ended up getting his education and becoming a doctor. And,
nice.
And he said he keeps in contact with Webb. He said he had heard that once Webb had his 5th kid, his wife said, it's time to get really dedicated to this game and win us a bunch of tournaments to pay for all these kids' education. and everything for him. So he rededicated his game, and
Oh,
you know,
wow.
wow, he's just lighting it up these days. Just fantastic
That's a
golf.
great story. Yeah, wow. That's 5 kids will light a fire for sure. It's
I
good
can't.
for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe how many putts he made down the stretch there. There was
Oh,
just amazing birdies,
played birdie
amazing,
5 of
amazing
6
shot.
holes between 12 and 17. Birdie
Yeah.
5 of the 6. Like that's you to pull away. That's right at the end. Just like right to the mat. It was beautiful. Drained them
Yeah.
from everywhere. And he almost
Oh,
made an eagle there on the 1 hole. Just
yeah.
cozied it up nice. A little tap in birdie.
Yeah, no, he was really on fire, and yeah, I know how much he dedicated the victory to his dad. He wore yellow. He said his dad's favorite color was yellow, and he wanted to make sure, on Sundays when he's in contention for a tournament, he wears yellow, and he was able to bring home the victory. It seemed like it just really was super emotional for him. I know his dad went through Parkinson's and had a long battle with that, and in 2017 he lost his battle, and Webb's just been able to really, really, really assemble his game and just be, fantastic to watch. And, you got to really cheer for a guy like that. He just seems like a really, really solid family guy, and, a guy that you're hoping wins every weekend and, gets up there and contends for a lot of these tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. A super nice guy and played very well and deserving of the win for sure.
Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to touch on? Anything else that you that you noticed through the weekend that I didn't touch on, or you didn't touch on?
No, it was a great tournament. The weather cooperated nicely. It was probably a little softer maybe than the superintendents that have been setting the course up for. So maybe that's why you see a little bit lower scores. But it's always great to see when those greens are rolling smooth like that. It's nice to see all those birdies pouring in. In a very tight match. I thought it was going to go to a playoff for sure. Just how many people were that close.
Yeah, well, I guess they're happy it didn't, because it would have been today. Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to have it. They just got it barely just got it in before sunset, and so yeah, they were looking at the weather delay and realizing, okay, we can get it back in. If we start now, we've got a shot, and they did it. It was a really, really great effort from the green staff and the whole people with the RBC tournament there. That was it's amazing to pull that off, because you saw it was really downpouring and there was lightning all over that area. So it's a little scary when that happens.
Absolutely, yeah. They got cleaned up right quick, and players back in as soon as they could. It was awesome.
Do you see this sort of jump starting Sergio? Do you think he's?
I'd say yeah. Like it's again, you never know. He can be hot and cold too, right? So it was good to see him. Yeah, 3 rounds of 65 in the last 3 days. So it'll be good to. He should be coming on strong here, but again, you never know. Yeah. Such a strange game, but yeah.
I was too busy last Wednesday to do a pre-tournament call like this with you. Maybe we can do it this Wednesday. We'll see how it works out with our schedules.
Yeah,
but
sounds good.
We're looking ahead to the Travelers Championship. If you have a chance, let me know who's the best bets, who's some dark horses, some people that you might be doing some parlays with. And we can get some of our fans here, maybe win some money and be a little more happy to keep tuning in week after week.
Yeah, I'll definitely give some insight there for sure.
Terrific.
It's gonna be a great tournament.
Well, I hope you get out and have some great golf games this week. Hope you get a chance to enjoy your sailboat. And thanks so much for joining me as always, Casey. This was really great. We will be in touch throughout the week, and hope to see you Wednesday. And then, following Monday, we'll break down the Travelers Championship.
Awesome, Darren. Yeah, thanks for the call, buddy.
Okay, Casey, take care.
Take care, man.
Bye for now. Okay, there. Yeah, great. Yeah, that was excellent. Always excellent to have a chance to talk with Casey and break down the golf tournament. It was fun. Father's Day is a really, really important day for a lot of golf fans. We've got a lot of memories playing golf with our dads, watching golf tournaments with their dads, and really falling in love with the game. So if you watched the coverage, you saw a ton of that. The guys talked about how important it was, how much their lives changed when they had kids of their own, and became fathers themselves. And yeah, it was just really, really great to see, how close everybody was to their families and being able to celebrate their dads and that close bond that they had. So I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. Great tournament, great breakdown here with Casey. And Complete Sports Media is always trying to bring you really nice in-depth coverage, talking about upcoming events and events that have just passed us. I hope you love the content, want to become a subscriber, want to tell your friends and family, and tune in as often as you can. Tune in every week, and we'd love to have you as regular guests. So thanks again. We will sign off for now. Take care. Bye for now. All the best.